Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into an incredible story that reminds us how God can work in mysterious ways, even in our everyday routines. But before we jump into the biblical account, let me share two modern-day stories that might just hit close to home. First up, we have Sarah, a 28-year-old barista in Seattle. Every morning, she'd make her way to the coffee shop, never imagining that her daily grind would lead to anything extraordinary. One particularly busy morning, a new customer named Mike stumbled in, flustered and late for a job interview. Sarah, being her usual kind self, rushed his order and even threw in a good luck muffin. Mike was so touched by her kindness that he came back the next day to thank her. Fast forward 2 years, and Sarah and Mike are happily married, all because of a chance encounter during Sarah's everyday routine. Now let's talk about Emma, a 35-year-old accountant in London. She'd been feeling stuck in her career and decided to volunteer at a local community center on weekends, just to shake things up a bit. One Saturday, while she was sorting through donated books, she came across an old journal. Curiosity got the better of her, and she started reading. It turned out to be full of business ideas from a local entrepreneur who had passed away. Inspired, Emma decided to pursue one of these ideas. Today, she runs a successful social enterprise that employs people with disabilities, all because she was in the right place at the right time, doing something outside her usual routine. Both Sarah and Emma's stories remind us that sometimes life-changing moments can happen when we least expect them, even in the midst of our daily tasks. And that brings us to our biblical heroine, Rebekah. Now, let's rewind a few thousand years to the book of Genesis, chapter 24. We find Abraham getting on in years, wanting to find a wife for his son Isaac. But he doesn't want just any wife. He wants someone from his homeland, someone who shares their faith and values. So, he sends his trusted servant on a mission to find the perfect bride. Here's where it gets interesting. The servant, overwhelmed by the task, does something we could all learn from. He prays. He asks God for a sign. The right woman will not only offer him a drink, but will also volunteer to water his camels. Talk about setting the bar high. Enter Rebekah. She's just going about her day, heading to the well to draw water, probably thinking about her to-do list or what she's going to have for dinner. Little does she know, she's about to step into a divine appointment that will change her life forever. Rebekah not only gives the servant a drink, but also, unprompted, offers to water his camels. Now, let's pause here for a moment. Do you know how much a camel can drink? Up to 20 gallons in one go, and this servant had 10 camels. That's potentially 200 gallons of water Rebekah volunteered to draw. Talk about going above and beyond. The servant, amazed at this answer to his prayer, presents Rebekah with gold jewelry and asks about her family. When he explains his mission to her family, Rebekah agrees to go with him and marry Isaac, a man she's never met. Talk about a leap of faith. If you are enjoying this video so far, take some time to hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell. So what can we learn from Rebekah's story? First, God can use our everyday routines as opportunities for extraordinary blessings. Rebekah was just doing her daily chore when her life changed forever. This reminds us to be present and attentive in our day-to-day lives, because you never know when God might show up. Secondly, Rebekah's story teaches us about the importance of kindness and going the extra mile. She didn't just do the minimum, she went above and beyond in her service. Her generosity opened the door to her destiny. Thirdly, this story highlights the power of faith and being open to God's plan. Rebekah took a huge risk, leaving her family to marry a stranger. But her willingness to step out in faith led her to become a key figure in God's covenant with Abraham. So, how does Rebekah's story apply to us today? Well, it challenges us to look at our daily routines differently. That morning commute, that trip to the grocery store, that daily walk in the park, any of these could be opportunities for a divine appointment. Are we paying attention? It also encourages us to cultivate a spirit of generosity and kindness. Rebekah's willingness to go above and beyond opened the door to her destiny. What opportunities might we be missing because we're too busy or self-focused? Lastly, Rebekah's story invites us to be open to God's surprises. Sometimes, God's plan for our lives might look different from what we imagined. Are we willing, like Rebekah, to take that leap of faith? Ladies, Rebekah's story is an invitation to see the extraordinary in the ordinary, an invitation to live with open hands and an open heart, an invitation to trust that God is working, even when we can't see it. So, the next time you're tempted to sleepwalk through your daily routine, remember Rebekah. Remember the woman who went to fetch water and came home with a destiny. remember that your everyday moment could be the start of an extraordinary journey. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever experienced a Rebekah moment, where an ordinary day turned into something extraordinary? How has this story inspired you to look at your daily routines differently? And hey, if you found this deep dive into biblical wisdom helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us reach more women with these powerful biblical messages. Oh, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your heart ready, and your faith strong. You never know when your trip to the well might turn into a life-changing encounter. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.